how you doing? While you were doing all this mourning, did maybe a warrior set come your way?
A what?
You know, sword, shield, helmet.
I have seen a shield.
Do you know where it is?
My Maximilian had a shield as well. A large, shiny one, decorated with feathers over.
Hello? Let's stick with the subject. Where's the shield?
Why should I help you? You are uncouth and brutal. You are always poking fun at my suffering.
Please, no.
As long as I am suffering, no one else may be happy.
And your misery will only end when you receive a message from your intended?
That is so.
As much as I'd love to spend more time with you, I have to get going. Then we should send the jilted maiden a nice love letter. Right, let's do it. Dear most noble miss, it is I, your Maxi Poo. I'm sorry I disappeared so suddenly. The problem was the voices. All those terrible, terrible voices. I wanted to give you a wedding fit for a queen. But then fate kicked in a brutal fashion, on the quest for a silver flower pearl for your wedding ring. I found myself in the southern ocean off the coast of Switzerland. When a storm arose, my vessel foundered, and I awoke 3 days later with considerable headaches and a strange taste on the tongue. I've overcome many dangers and experienced some great adventures, driven by my insatiable longing for you. But I cannot come to you because a malign curse binds me to these waters. I'm writing this letter in all urgency. Make haste to me, my love, wherever you may be. I'm waiting for you in the south, deep in the south, exactly here. What a masterpiece. There's something missing. Don't hesitate to help others before your departure. Kissy, kissy, your Maximilian. Perfect. Good. Now the letter's got a decent blob of wax on it. Let's see just how good the stonemason's work was. Looks pretty good. I'm guessing that looking through a blur of tears, you wouldn't notice anything odd. Well, how you doing? You're not going to believe this. Look what I found outside. It's what you've been waiting for all this time. A letter from Maximilian.
Really?
Oh, yes. There's even a seal. Maybe you recognize it.
That's his. That's his seal. The illegible handwriting, all the spelling mistakes. This letter really is from him.
What's he say then?
There was a storm and he wanted to come back to me, but he can't.
You see, that explains everything.
I have to go to him. Oh, deep joy.
What about the shield?
Oh, yes! The fat ogres carried it away. They live in a cave nearby.
Thanks, and good luck with the search. But always remember, the journey is the destination.
Excuse me, young sir. May I ask what it is you're hoping to find in our cave?
Oh, sorry. I was looking for a public toilet, and it smelled a bit like one here.
How unpleasant. Talk to Blount about that. He's responsible for personal hygiene this week.
Hungry! Food now!
And unfortunately, that's all you think about. Sir, I must ask you to leave our modest dwelling.
Okay, I'll look for somewhere outside.
I'm very much obliged. Many bushes and trees out there would consider themselves most happy to offer their shelter for the call that nature is making to you. Good luck in your search.
Strange plate. That's no plate. That's a shield. Probably the shield I'm looking for. Hi there, you two.
There's little human. Blount hungry.
Are you a human eater?
Hungry!
Why, no. You will have to forgive Blount. He's very emotional when he hasn't had anything to eat for half an hour.
Who are you?
Blount!
Blount, really? My name is Zloth, from the Lightning Fist tribe. That's my good-for-nothing half-brother, Blount.
Your half-brothers? Isn't that a little impossible?
Not at all. The biology of two-headed ogres is very complex. As you may know, it can...
Boring!
Really, that's just...
It's okay. I don't really need to know all the details. You're a battle mage then, are you?
No. Hitman. I hit people to death.
I think he meant me, Blount. It's true, I am a battle mage. My modesty prevents me from pointing out that I am one of the best. Of course, I'd be even better if I could study more. But, oh well.
That's a very interesting plate there.
Dreadful, isn't it? All that fatty food. But Blount loves that rubbish.
Blount hungry.
I've told you 1,000 times. You only get to eat once I've finished reading this book.
Hungry now.
If I let you eat now, then you'll put your greasy fingerprints all over the pages again. I get to choose what we do this afternoon. Blount was allowed to decide this morning. First he wanted to lie in, but then suddenly he didn't have enough time to eat. Tough luck.
I am hungry.
But I am not.
Could I, borrow the plate?
My plate. My plate.
I'm sorry, that's Blount's favorite plate. Because it's so big, he won't give you that.
I need to get going. See you two later.
Goodbye.
Hello, Blount.
You, little human.
That's right. You must be very hungry, Blount. That's a very, very big plate you've got there.
Blount big hungry.
Why don't you ask Zloff nicely once more if you can eat what's on his plate?
Love not let me. And love make chain lightning.
You mean he can defend himself? As long as he's reading that book, you can't use your hands?
Uh-huh.
Well, you are one smart guy, Blount.
Blount?
Can't you get Zloff to stop reading?
Love always reading till book finished.
And there's nothing that stops him reading?
Sloth like drink cocktails, ogre cocktails.
Okay. And then what?
He drunk very quick.
You mean he can't hold his liquor? And he gets too drunk to keep reading. Interesting. Do you get drunk fast too, Blout, like Zloff does?
No. Blout drink much more than Zloff. Blout real mean ogre.
But you share the same body.
Yeah? So?
Oh, nothing. I could make you an ogre cocktail. How would you like that?
Blout like beer.
Yeah, I know, but the cocktail's mainly for Zloff.
Why?
So he gets drunk.
And then?
Then you can chow down on that snack there.
Ooh, okay.
Right. What makes a good ogre cocktail?
Alcohol.
Alcohol, okay. And what else?
An umbrella.
An ogre cocktail is made of nothing but alcohol?
And umbrella.
And what kind of alcohol? Wine? Vodka?
Whatever. Must blow your head off.
So, high-octane alcohol in a glass with an umbrella. Classy.
Little human can look in cave.
Do you have the ingredients?
Uh-huh.
You and your half-brother. Don't you guys get along too well?
Zloff is stupid.
Uh-huh.
Always reading. Never fun. Never break things.
He's more the intellectual type.
Zloff, not real man. Zloff never had girlfriend.
I heard that.
I have to leave. My stomach's grumbling.
Hungry!
Greetings, Zloff.
Ah, welcome.
What are you reading there exactly?
Oh, it's a really fascinating book about the newest developments in chain lightning research. You know, a mage always has to keep up to date. Unfortunately, I don't have many opportunities to read in peace. Blout doesn't think much of education.
So that means when you do get time...
Then I use it, and read the whole book at once, if I can.
I get it. You two seem very different.
One doesn't have much choice. And it's far from uncommon for two-headed ogres to have very different interests.
Clubbed to death.
I bet you guys argue a lot.
We have our rules. Blout specifies what we do in the morning, and I have the afternoons.
I need to get going. See you next time.
It was an absolute pleasure to have a conversation that wasn't about digestion and killing. Young sir, those are our private belongings. All of the appliances are registered. Please leave our cave.
Blout gave me permission.
Little human make cocktail for Zloff.
Really? What a delightful surprise. I thank you most cordially.
No problem, Fatso.
He meant you.
A piece of hose. Over a meter long and anything but clean. I don't even want to think about what the ogres might use it for. A tied-up linen sack. The contents probably need to be protected from birds and rats. The sack is full to the brim with apples. They're all damp and rotten. They smell like they're fermenting. I would have expected a larger cocktail glass. This one's more human-sized. Is that going to be enough to get Zloff drunk? That seems to be some kind of storage cupboard. A small, colorful cocktail umbrella. Who'd have thought that there'd be a market for these here in the wildlands? So let's do it. Tasty. Fermented apple juice. But I'd better not drink it. Sits nice and firm. Whatever's in the pot will evaporate, condense, and be drawn off in the hose. Well, okay. Ah, something's happening. And done. The bowl has filled up with an almost clear liquid. The alcohol's not strong enough yet for an ogre cocktail, but I can distill it again. Now just missing the sophisticated decoration. High-proof alcohol and a cocktail umbrella. Voila! One ogre cocktail. Good. I'll lay the boards over the opening of the crevice. The rotten boards won't support much weight. One step on them and they'll give way. I've got a cocktail for you, Zloff.
Oh, thank you. Very nice. Wait a minute. You're trying to trick me, aren't you?
Hmm?
You want to get me drunk so I can't read anymore.
Us? Never.
But you won't get me like that. I'll just take tiny sips. Then I won't get drunk and can continue reading. Ah! I'm blind!
Then you finish reading.
No,
Impressive. Gross, but impressive.
Brout's still hungry.
What?
Hungry! Brout must hunt.
Nice. Now I've got a pom-pom on a string. Okay, then. Let's try it.
There! Colourful fluffy bunny!
do stop it, Blout. Something's wrong here.
Just got to break shell.
Ah! A fluffy bunny, I presume? How can anyone be so stupid?
Hungry!
Go into the corner and be ashamed of yourself. I'll come up with something.
The way's clear.
Thank you very much for getting me out of there. It's no fun swimming around in hot gravy all day. Then again, it's also no fun being constantly hit by swords and axes. I hope you're not a warrior.
Me? Nah, I just want to look like one.
If you only want to look like one, then that's fine. Just don't fight. The pen is mightier than the sword and hurts less. I don't believe it! Marks! Who would have thought that we'd all be together again? Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah, terrific. Listen, it's one thing that you kidnapped me, but does this dumbass have to come along?
Still the same old you, eh?
Can the sword talk as well?
Vladdy? Of course! Are we going to get him too?
Oh, no way.
Hopefully he's calmed down over the last few years.
I'm getting a really bad feeling about this whole thing. Time to take you to meet your body.
Yahoo! Could you just pull this caterpillar out of my nose first?
No. Look what I've got here.
Bodies!
Oh!
Yes! Yes! A bit more!
What belongs together is coming together.
This is splendid! But what sort of skull was it?
He's been attending to your body while you were away.
That was very nice. Nice of...
Oh, hello. I'm Gulliver.
Esther.
Ooh.
Nate, I need my body. Urgently.
I don't want to hear.
Please get my body working. Then I tell you what, I won't only tell you where the sword is kept, I'll also give you some armor.
How considerate.
You've given me something much better.
Ugh. Cool. I'll smear a little glue onto the leather using the wooden chip. That ought to do it. I'll use a piece of leather to seal the hole. Perfect. The bellows are usable again. Hey, Gulliver.
Ah, the living one.
And you and Esther?
We're in love.
Great!
We want to start a family.
That's wonderful.
We're going to call our first child Nate.
Excuse me? Hey, Gulliver, time to take a deep breath.
Simply fantastic. I'll be able to run marathons with this lung. Thanks. Now I just need a heart.
Yeah. There's just nothing which might pass for a heart in all this desolation.
Then you'll have to keep looking. My body definitely needs a heart.
There.
Oh, darling.
Hello? Getting back to the basics of scientific fact? That wrinkly thing there is dead.
Don't talk about my sweetheart's heart like that. It will beat again when we power up my body. Well done. Come on, let's erect the antenna.
Just too bizarre. Hey, Gulliver.
Ah, the living one.
So in your opinion, what happens now?
Lightning will strike the antenna, and the electrical pulse will bring my body to life.
My little honey bun is a genius.
How could I have doubted it? Only it doesn't look stormy.
We can wait.
But Wilbur can't. Can't you just tell me where the sword is, please?
I'm sorry. The bolt of lightning was clearly a part of our deal. Once it strikes, I'll help you.
Yeah, okay. Couldn't be simpler. So, what's happening with the lightning?
Nothing at all, unfortunately. It doesn't look like thundery weather.
Then I have to help it along somehow. I've got to get going. Breathe, feel my heartbeat, that sort of thing.
Don't let me stop you.
Yoo-hoo!
I hear you.
The sleepwalking potion worked amazingly.
Did he apologize?
Yep.
That is good. So at least one problem is solved.
Yeah, but I reckon I've still got some way to go before I can free Wilbur.
I am not talking about you or your friend. I am talking about important problems, unsettling problems.
Oh, yeah?
I am out of mushrooms.
Mushrooms?
The ghost mushrooms. When I smoke them, I can get in touch with my forefathers.
I bet.
Could you sort some out for me?
Maybe. What do I get for it?
But I helped you with the sleepwalking potion.
And that was very nice of you.
Get me the mushrooms, or I won't help you anymore.
Well, maybe I don't need your help anymore.
But maybe you will.
Ah, the living one.
And what kind of a feeling is that, being pillory-free?
It's unusual, but wonderful. I'm not a freak anymore, just a normal, run-of-the-mill zombie ghost.
Well, I'm pleased for you. Do you have the vaguest idea where I might find ghost mushrooms?
You won't have any luck here, I'm sorry.
But the Minotaur shaman figured he got his mushrooms out of the crypt here.
That's true, but he got too greedy. In the past, he would only pick up 1 mushroom a week. Recently, he's been taking 5 a day. The mushrooms have all been harvested. It's going to take a month or 2 until the new ones have grown.
So that means there isn't one single ghost mushroom to be found?
I'm sorry.
Then I've got a problem. I better get going. See ya.
Take care, and remember, we, the undead, are your friends. Rancid-smelling, dead friends.
Okay, I'll put the earth into the mortar. And with a bit of elbow grease, now we have a fine red powder made from the red earth. Let's see. The blossoms have been pulverized, and what's left is a good blue paste. Fair enough. I'll tip the powder just at the edge of the Sea of Tears. Then stir it round a bit, and pretty soon we have a useful red paint. Red and blue make purple. Red and yellow make orange. Yellow and blue make green. It might be difficult to paint the green spots first and then paint the purple around them. I should paint the mushrooms purple first. I've painted the mushrooms completely in purple. They're not going to pass as ghost mushrooms, though. The green spots are missing, and the disgusting smell, too. Hunky-dory, and that gives me wonderful purple mushrooms with green spots. Hey, Gulliver.
Ah, the living one.
You know anything about ghost mushrooms?
Yes, they're small purple mushrooms with green spots. The Minotaur regularly buys them from the boss.
And do you know where you can find them?
You'll have to ask the boss.
You guys know all about unpleasant odors.
Of course.
Do you have any idea how I can make these mushrooms smell musty and rotten?
Take a whiff of that.
Oof, that'll work, thanks.
You're welcome.
Look, ghost mushrooms.
Ah, excellent. And what a potent aroma they have.
Yoo-hoo!
I hear you.
A bolt of lightning has to hit the antenna at the crypt. Can't you, as the rainmaker, sort out the appropriate weather?
I can summon the rain, of course, but lightning, that's another matter.
How's that, then?
It's another dance. Very difficult, very strenuous. I am too old for that.
Can you teach me how to do it?
You have brought me the mushrooms, so I will help you. The dance steps are written here. You are welcome to try your luck.
And if I get this dance right, if the gods are willing, we'll get the right kind of weather?
No. The dance is an insult to the gods. They will try to stop you and throw lightning bolts at you.
Fantastic.
That is exactly what you want. And now, please excuse me. I want to try the new mushrooms.
Okay. Catch you later.
May the wind blow your way.
Okay, good.
Enough!
It worked! Quick, my darling. Take me to my body.
Hey, it's okay. I don't need any help. Ungrateful zombie horde. And? You think it's funny seeing me smoke?
Yep, everything worked wonderfully.
And not for the first time, I'm asking, what's going on with my armor, and where's the sword hidden?
But of course, you'll find the armor in that grave over there. You ought to wash off that crumbly stuff before you use it, though.
Ew.
And you'll find the sword in the fiery mountain.
Where's that?
It's a volcano not far from here. The dwarves used to have a mine there. They gave it up years ago. But a dragon has recently moved in.
Charming.
Good luck.
Let's just hope that there really is some usable armor in there. Yay! Armor! And bits of the previous owner. Before I put it on, I'll polish it and clean the nastiest bits off it. Ta-da! Clothes maketh the man, armor maketh the hero. Okay.
Are you afraid?
I'm okay.
You should be, shocked, rigid. Are you rigid with shock?
Not really. What are you reading?
How to become a terrifying monster in a fortnight. But I've only just started, and the first chapter states that one should not be disheartened if it doesn't work straight away, and there will always be people who begrudge anyone being successful in business.
Sure. There's a steady stream of lava flowing into the Dragon Basin. The heat's unbearable. Definitely dwarf work. The dragon has to be coated on the inside so that the lava doesn't melt the metal. A pair of blacksmith's pliers with long handles. A hammer. One side of the head is rounded. This sort of thing is used by a blacksmith. A huge furnace. Looks to me like they used to smelt metal in it. The furnace isn't going to smelt any metal as long as it's at room temperature, unless you poured frozen quicksilver into it. I think this is a coin press. You pour gold, silver, or mithril into the opening and use this stamp to press the engraving into the coin. If there was metal in the mold, I could stamp a coin, provided that the wheel still turns after all these years. Hello, gorgeous.
Yes?
You want to become a fearsome monster? Why? And who are you, after all?
I am a misunderstood woman in the prime of her life.
Uh-oh.
I have served as a transport dragon for years, but I handed in my notice yesterday. There are limits, you know.
Did somebody cop a feel?
They shouted at me only because I lost a load. It was all because of this elf. I should be grateful to her. I can at last strive to reach my full potential and embark on a new career in the second half of my life.
As a terror-inducing monster?
Yeah, a traditional image for dragons. Men always achieve it. But why shouldn't a woman manage it too?
And what's involved in becoming a terror-inducing monster? You gotta pass 3 exams?
Oh, no, it isn't quite that simple. There is a complicated 10-step plan. I have to develop myself in the most diverse areas and will have to build up my terror potential step by step. But it is all so complicated. I am meant to eat maidens, but I'm a vegetarian. And I've never spewed fire. I don't have a hoard of gold, and I don't know how to crack open knight's armor.
Yeah, and you're not so hot at bellowing.
I know, but at least I've found a reasonable dragon's den, have I not?
I'm looking for a magic sword that's supposed to be hidden here in this mountain. You got any idea where it is?
Yes.
Yeah? Where then?
Oh, yeah, shouldn't... Well, You are somewhat similar to a warrior, and I am a dragon. Shouldn't we fight or something?
Who says so?
Chapter 5, Overzealous Heroes, or When Supper Comes Knocking at Your Door.
That's completely outdated garbage.
Do you really think so?
For sure. Confrontation won't get you too far these days. You need to find yourself some allies. The magic word is networking.
Networking? There's nothing written here about that. Perhaps you could come back later when I've read a bit more.
We could, of course, resolve this another way.
How?
Maybe I could help you to become a terror-inducing monster.
Really? You could teach me how to breathe fire?
No.
Oh, then I fear that you'll not be able to help me. Unless you perhaps have a huge hoard of gold?
Nah, but I might be able to get you some, as a kind of seed capital, say. How about 1 gold coin, for example?
Yeah, agreed. Chapter 1 states that everyone has to start somewhere, and a single gold coin is a good start to a huge hoard, is it not?
What kind of a place is this?
My dragon's den?
Well, yeah, but what was it before? Those machines over there look pretty ancient.
The dwarves built them centuries ago. They dug for rare metals in the volcano here and crafted several mighty weapons. And then the terror rained down on them. A mighty, rose-colored dragon drove them away. Hurrah! Hurrah!
Uh-huh.
Do you like the story? I am working on my own legend. Every terror-inducing monster surrounds itself with a web of myths and legends.
I gotta get going. Happy practicing.
Of course, of course.
A row of strange stones. They're really smooth and slightly glittery. They probably come from deep inside the mountain. There are crystals inside the stone, all sparkling and glinting. Look, see what I've got for you? And so, I think you now belong to me. The big stones stand out, but maybe I can take a few of the small gold nuggets unnoticed.
Theft! Get him! The human has stolen some gold!
So they can't hear you anymore? So when you're sitting on top of my head, only I can hear you, right? Wow, what a bummer.
Don't celebrate too much. I'm planning an opera for this evening. Wagner's Ring.
That's done it. The head fits perfectly. Lava flow. Even with the pliers, the heat's almost unbearable. The nuggets have melted in the furnace. A small golden pool has formed in the bowl. Ah, good. I'll pour the gold into the mold. Should be just enough. A superb gold coin with a vicious-looking dwarf on it. It's still hot. Hello, gorgeous.
Yes?
Look, I've got the first coin for your treasure. May there be many more to follow.
Oh, thank you.
So, what about the sword?
Well, yes. I'm lying on it. Could you take it?
Nice. Where is it exactly?
A bit further down, I think. Yes, there. There it is.
That's the head off a pickaxe.
Just a bit further.
Ah, great. It's broken.
What?
It's snapped under your weight.
Oh, so that's why it suddenly stopped talking. And it was so nice. It said that I was a terrible monster and that it would love to cut my head off.
That's no good to me. What am I going to do with a broken sword?
You could perhaps repair it?
Do I look like a blacksmith?
You could learn. There's a book on smithing there.
Zero to weaponsmith in 14 days. That's too long. I don't have 14 days.
Then you'll have to read faster. You'll find everything you need here. An anvil, fire, instructions.
I gotta get going. Happy practicing.
Of course, of course.
Nice. Magic sword, Ah, here. Right at the back of the book. Not a good sign. Blah, blah. Forging magic swords is very difficult. The high art of smithing. Only level 98 smiths can forge magic swords. That's not very good at all. Roughly calculated, my level is 0. Let's see. This is where they explain how a magic sword can be repaired. You have to reforge it and then hold it in dragonfire. And what am I going to practice on until I'm at level 98? That doesn't sound bad. Copper pots. Pretty simple, and you only need one raw material. Copper. A small copper deposit. If I had a pickaxe, I could dig it out. Fits perfectly. I've got 3 pieces of copper-bearing ore. But no arcanite crystal in it. The copper's melted and run out of the stones. I wouldn't have thought there would be so much. The copper is still hot, but it'll slowly harden. Let's give it a go then. Not perfect just yet, but then I'm only a level 1 blacksmith. Only another 97 pots. What's up? Get the copper, smelt the copper, make the pot. We have to get the most out of our playtime, so let's get going. Well, okay. I'll do it on my own. "98 pots, level 98. Wow, that was fun. Well, I can now forge pretty much anything, including broken magic swords. Ah, good. Speaking as a level 98 blacksmith, I know what needs to be done. Ta-da! I've reforged the sword that was once broken. Now I've just got to harden it in some dragon fire.
Yes?
The sword needs to be tempered in dragon fire. Would you do the honors?
Oh, that isn't going to be easy. I've never breathed fire before.
And here's me thinking you're a dragon.
I am. But in order to spew fire, one has to be mad with anger. That is the normal state of mind for most dragons, is it not? But I don't really do anger. I did a lot of autogenic training and yoga in the past.
You're really, really dumb.
Why do you say that?
Because it's a fact.
But it isn't true. I've always been an avid reader.
Didn't do much for you. I've never met such a thicko dragon before.
Hey, that's not very nice.
But one thing should be obvious to you at least. I reckon dragons like you just shouldn't pursue a monster education.
Why ever not?
You don't belong in the world of work. You should go find yourself a terror-inducing husband who has a good job and can look after you.
That is...
The main thing is, though... But you could help me out, sweetheart. My shirt could use a wash and an iron.
I breathed fire!
Good for both of us.
I was so angry that I... Thank you.
My pleasure. Hello, sword.
Ah! Heart! What the hell are you doing?
I've reforged you after you got accidentally snapped by a dragon.
Where is that monster? I want to bathe in her blood!
But we don't have time for that now. We still have a pretty big task ahead of us.
I'll slash you away through our enemies.
Oh, Vladdy, not more fighting.
I recognise your spineless blabbering.
And I recognise your brainless aggression.
Oh, great. That smart ass is here too.
Now quiet, please. Let's get with the program.
Let's split skulls.
Yeah! Or not.
Or let's go swimming. Come on, human. I dare you.
Shut your trap, and that goes for all of you. Now that we're all together, you guys are going to get me into the Orc camp.
Yeah!
No!
So I can get my friend out of there.
A rescue mission? We'll have to proceed very carefully and diplomatically.
Ah.
I think you should spit in the face of the biggest orc in the camp.
I don't think I deserve this. Thunderhoof? Hello, bully. The guy seems to be out of it. Could be something to do with my mushrooms. Take unidentified mushrooms, mixed up with a bunch of suspicious berries and paint, set it on fire, and inhale the smoke. Not too much can go wrong with that. Maybe he's, just having a little powwow with his ancestors. He'll come round soon. Hello, chieftain!
Greetings, human.
Look, I've found a powerful warrior's helmet.
Looks good, but what makes it so powerful?
It's magic. It can talk. Say something.
Oh, yeah. Great.
But he can. He really can talk. I can hear his voice in my head.
Aha.
It's just that my helmet doesn't like me.
That's a real shame. But maybe you'll make up.
Yes, perhaps. I've already got one part of the set. Will you let me into your camp now?
Just because you got a good helmet, that's not nearly enough. Come back when the set's complete.
Have a look at this shield. Isn't it great?
It's really shiny. Have you greased it up?
You could say that. And in combat, it's going to defend me from every attack. Whether a sword, or a spear, fire, or...
Excuse me. No fire. And spears are also very unpleasant. I'd prefer it if,
Shh! Just go along with it. Whether fire, poison, or axes,
Oh...
my powerful shield and I will stand fast.
We'll see, human.
Now really, with two parts of the set, you've got to let me into your camp.
No. If I'm not mistaken, the warrior set is made up of 3 pieces. And believe me, you're gonna need every single one of them.
Look! I'm carrying the Sword of Power.
What are you gonna do with bread knife?
Bread knife? Wretched green skin, step forward. Shield and sword shall shatter. Your blood shall flow. I'll cleave your ugly skull.
Whoa, whoa, calm down. We don't want to...
Hey, I like your sword. I must apologize. That's a good sword.
The best.
You're okay. I've got the whole warrior set of power. Now open the gate.
You are a very well-equipped little human. Your kit may compensate for your lack of talent, ability, and competence.
Thanks.
Most people wouldn't take that as a compliment.
I just want to get into the camp, win your stupid contest, and free Willy.
You have little pride, human, but perhaps some courage. Or is that stupidity? Enter!
I just hope Wilbur's going to reward me for what I'm doing here. And as soon as I freed him, we still need to go look for Ivo and Critter. I hope they're doing okay.